Economic hardship remains a major concern for many Nigerians, with residents describing the past 6 months as one of the most difficult periods in recent times. Speaking to some Nigerians, they attributed the rising cost of living to increased fuel prices, which they said have triggered high transportation fares and pushed up the cost of food and other essential commodities. A resident, Tunde Balaji, said his income is barely enough to meet basic needs, urging the government to implement measures that would improve living conditions and ensure workers benefit from the approved wage increase.
It's not really effective. The cost of living has not really improved. So things are really hard and difficult for people. And I know and I've seen. So there's no improvement, sincerely. If the improvement is in the paper, that is not what we want. We want to see physically, especially in the people buying food, in the transportation. For example, now as I'm speaking to you, high cost of transportation and even high cost of food has no effect on my salary. My salary still remains the same. So you can see that there's nothing. So it's really hitting hard. So I'm just one of those speaking. What about so many people out there who are also facing the same thing, especially in transportation, feeding family? So the high cost of living is still high.
Juliet Azubike called for urgent action to reduce the cost of food, transportation and accommodation, including possible rent subsidies for low-income earners.
Talk about cost of living improvements. I don't think there is any improvement when it comes to the cost of living in my area or in the country generally. I can't say it's getting better. In fact, it's getting worse by the day, considering the way things are going, the way prices of things are increasing on a daily basis. So it's not getting better, it's getting worse. People are struggling to survive in this country.
Nze Ukanwa acknowledged the government's willingness to listen to citizens but called for more action, particularly to tackle youth unemployment and create jobs for graduates.
I hope that the government of the day will look and see how people are and what people are passing through to make things more easier for we. Because we people of Nigeria, whether the government knows what they are doing, as time goes on, they will improve. So if the government will do our youths employment, we are good to go. We are good to go. Now, in the security aspect, employ our youth within the security. They assist and do things better because they are still vibrant this time around. They are not aged like ourselves. So if government will try their possible best, open up companies, bring job opportunities for our youths, I believe things will be fair for parents, because after training somebody in university for 5-6 years, after your service, he will still come back to you to overlabor the parents. It's too bad.
Other residents also appealed for improved roads and more efficient transportation systems, saying these measures could help reduce the cost of moving people and goods.
Okay, what is then is that it's not better than before, but we are facing more challenge about, especially for now. Let's say 6 months ago now, it's coming down. But anything since last week now, is still increased. So some filling stations myself since last week they're not even selling the fuel. I can feel kind of like a 3 filling station where they're not even selling the fuel. So about the price, because before we are buying the fuel is coming down to 1,150. We are happy that the fuel is coming down. But now, don't increase that to 1,300, 1,270, 1,290. So presently now, since last week up to this week now, where we are talking about it.
I'm trying. For me, I'm managing, but for others, I don't know how far, you understand. But concerning food stuff, it's not easy, especially transport. Everyday transport is adding, every day is adding. A place that you can trek, if maybe during rainy season, you want to, let me be fast. Somewhere that you can trek, the drivers will not reason, even if you beg them. At least something where you are supposed to pay 200, they will say 500 naira. At least if it's something that government can see to it and help us, those that don't have, because where you are working, your salary may not be, they may not add your salary, you understand. So if you are trying to manage, or a family woman, you want to manage, As in, you would think, this is my money, this is how I'm going to spend in order for the money to, help me out. By the time you are out of your house, you will see that what you are expecting is not what you are seeing. You understand? And the road again, the road is very bad, especially rainy season. As I'm talking to you now, maybe my place of work from Maraba to AYA, I'm supposed to spend at least maybe 15 minutes or 10 minutes, but I will spend 2 hours because of hold up, because of the road, water. In fact, even if you enter keke, that is where, in short, before you reach your work, your body is stained with red sand and dirty water.
As the cost of living continues to rise, Nigerians are urging the government to move beyond promises and introduce practical measures that would make food, transportation, housing, and other essential services more affordable for ordinary citizens.